It's finally stopped raining here in Wales and the car boots have started. Yay! Hi, I'm Tina. I'm addicted to buying bargain books to read and resell. I've actually combined the footage of my first 2 car boots of the year, as I was only half successful at both. At the first car boot, I found a lot of great books, which I'm going to show you in more detail, but I didn't manage to get any in-field footage, just a picture of the field and my foot and finger, because I took a photo instead of a video. Oh, I'm an idiot. But at the second car boot of the year, I did manage to get some video footage for you, but I didn't buy anything. It was absolutely mobbed with buyers, and most of the sellers were clothes and kids' toys, hardly any books, and no wool. And I got to say, I think that must be the first time I've ever been to a car boot and not bought anything. Anyway, the first one was great, so let's run through what I found there. I'm back home and I'll show you what I managed to find. For me, car boots are mostly about books and wool. This is the wool I got. I recently got a great book about crocheting bugs and butterflies, and this wool cotton should be great for that if I can find a small enough hook. If you have any interest in crochet, let me know in the comments. I'm trying to think which order to show them in, there's quite a bit. I'll try and remember which order I actually pick them up in and do it that way. New box set by Patrick Ness. So it's the 10th anniversary edition of the Chaos Walking trilogy, and that consists of The Knife of Never Letting Go, The Ask and the Answer, and Monsters of Men. And I think it says somewhere on it that they're going to be making it into a motion picture, but I haven't seen it. I don't know. I hadn't seen these before, never heard of him. I just always like to pick up new sealed box sets if they're going cheap, and I managed to get this for £3, which I thought was a good deal, £1 a book. So I'm interested in reading them because I've looked them up and they seem to be young adult and a sort of a dystopian thing, which is my kind of thing, but I really don't like breaking them open when I can make a better profit with them sealed. So I've listed these for £14.99. If they don't sell very quickly, I might crack them open and give them a read and then sell them at a lower price. From there's a lady who had these 3. So I think these 2, 1 and 2, zombies. They're written in the style of like a diary. They're by J.L. Bourne. That's Day by Day Armageddon and Beyond Exile. And they're written, so they look like a journal. I think this will be an interesting read. So she was said 50p each for the books, but it had this one as well, which she said she wasn't happy to sell for that because the condition was so bad. She said 10p for that, but in the end we settled on £1 for all 3. So in effect it was 50p a book, and this one was nothing. This one I picked up because it's an old puffin book, and sometimes these nostalgia reads sell quite well. This one is probably not a massive value to it. Obviously it's got a bit of an ink stain on it. And this one was a 1975 reprint of A Book of Sea Legends, edited by Michael Brown. This one's really kind of, for me, a nostalgia read. I might be able to get a little bit more money for it, but probably not very much. But it was worth a gamble, as I didn't actually pay for it, so it was worth picking up just for the interest to see if it had any value. These 2, I'm guessing, will probably sell as a set, and I'll put the price up when I've worked out what it will be for. But they're going to be read first. I like a good zombie novel. I spotted these on the ground all together, so I picked them all up, and the lady said £2 for all of them. So we've got the Borderlands 2 game guide. I've played a little bit of Borderlands, don't think I've played the second one. Have got it, my husband's played it. But game guides normally go okay. I don't think this one's got massive value, but I'll probably try sticking it on for £9.99, see if it will sell. It's in reasonably good condition. This is obviously from 2012. And then the comics, I don't really know much about comics, so these will need a bit of research. But we've got Venom Carnage, Daredevil and the Punisher, Wolverine Origin, and then Wolverine Origin again, which looks to be the same thing but just a different style, and Wolverine teeth in, Wolverine Origin 2. So I think these will go well together as a set. But these will be need to be looked at in a bit more detail to see the value, because I've really got no idea about comics. They all seem to be in really nice condition though, so hopefully they'll be worth something. But first off, I'm guessing my husband will want to read them, and I might read them as well. If anyone knows anything more about comics and can give me some guidance, that'd be much appreciated. Moving on to the traders, the guys who do house clearances, I picked up these from one chap, and he said he wanted £10, and I'm sorry, but I laughed. So after we had a bit of a joke and a discussion about it, I got him down to, and I said I wanted to pay £3. He said no, £5. So we settled on £5. So they don't really have much value. The Oxford Library of English Poetry, but it's a nice little set. It's in good condition, and I'm going to read them. Actually, they weigh a ton. And from him, I also picked up these two. I'd picked up Spike Milligan the other day in the charity shop, and I've got it listed for £9.99, so I thought I could list these two for £18.99. See how we go. They might need to be reduced. They are first editions, and they're not in too bad condition. So who knows? So there was another guy who was also doing house clearances, I think. So I picked up a few from him. They were £1 a book. So I got an Anne McCaffrey Dolphins of Pern. I basically collect Anne McCaffrey. I've got lots of hers from when I was a teenager, and I used to read her a lot. This is one I've never read, so I figured I'd pick it up. This is a Bantam Press 1995. She always has maps in her books. But yeah, nice to see an Anne McCaffrey out in the wild. Don't see them very often, and as I say, that won't be a seller. That'll probably be in my collection. And then I don't know if you remember in one of my videos previously, I picked up a Mercedes Lackey book that was a hardcover with a really nice design on it, with a dragon on it. So I've been looking out for Mercedes Lackey since then, just because I haven't read any of them, and I thought I'd read them all and then bundle them together to sell. So I don't actually think that this is one of the same series as the one I got before, but it was £1, so I thought I'd give it a try. Of this edition 2001. So yeah, I don't know, she sounds interesting, so I'll give her a read. Then I picked up a Claire and Michael, I can't pronounce that, Morpurgo, is that? Where My Wellies Take Me. So this is like a poetry book, and it's just I just really like the look of it. It's really pretty, it's in quite good condition. It's got, he's cute, it's got like a pull-out map, which is really cute. Doesn't actually have, now I've looked it up, doesn't actually have any value, but it might be a nice little book to read. Got some interesting bits in it, and I'll probably just put it on for the minimum and see what we get for it. But no, I think this is more of a read than a sell. It's got some really nice little features, so I'll enjoy looking at that one. The Ruth Ozeki, The Book of Form and Emptiness. Not great condition cover, but the nice styling on the side still there. I've not read this one. Oh, it's been Well, it's not clipped. But when I flicked the page to see the date, I realised it's actually been signed by the author, and it is a first edition. So I'm not sure what the value of Ruth Ozeki first edition signed books are, but I shall probably read it before trying to sell it anyway. From the same place, I picked up Pontypridd at War 1939 to 1945 by Don Powell, because sometimes history books do well, and I thought I would try it as it was only £1. And then when I got it home and I was looking through it, how annoying is this? So I don't know if you can see it in this light, but basically someone must have got it from a charity shop and they had stickers over it, and they've put their new birthday message on it. But if you look closely at that bottom sticker, it's actually covering Don Powell's signature. So this book was signed by the author. I think it says Peter Love Anne, signed by Don Powell. And obviously some charity shop in the past has pasted over that, thinking it was private, information and stuff. And then whoever picked it up then gave it to somebody else with the hair stuck over the top. So I have no idea if I'm going to be able to rescue this and get back down to Don Powell's signature. Don't know if has enough interest for someone to want his signature in it, but it's just so annoying. I wish they wouldn't do that. A signed book that kind of isn't. So took that lot back to the car and then came back and had another go, and picked up these 3 Hitchhiker's Guide books. These are the old pan editions. They're not great condition, but they are the original style print. They're not first editions, but they are the first style. You can tell they're not first editions because they've all got barcodes on the back. Although from the prices you can see they're pretty old. They're all like £1.95. Love this cover. In fact, I love all these covers, the originals. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Life, The Restaurant at the End of the Universe, and Life, the Universe and Everything. And I've listed those 3 up together for £9.99 because, as you probably know from my other videos, I already have a complete set of Hitchhiker's Guide, but I just pick them up to sell them. A Dean Koontz book I haven't read, so that's basically just a to read. I have no idea if that's got any value, probably not, but I've got lots of Dean Koontz books to read, which I might bundle afterwards. And I also picked up from the same person, she had 2 of the prequel trilogy to Mortal Engines, and basically I got all 3 of these for £1. And I realise there's one missing, but I can keep my eye out for that on a charity shop to make the set. I've actually already got these as a set, which I haven't read yet, but I just bundled them together to make a better value. And when I find the 3rd one, I can sell these ones again. I refer you to my recent video where I talked about Dr. Seuss. I found another set of The Wonderful World of Dr. Seuss, but a very trashed set with a few missing. So in here there's 19 out of the 20, so there's 1 book missing from the set, and it contains 3 of the books that apparently the publishers have cancelled. And it's got, if you remember, I sold 12 before, so it's got those plus a few others that I want to have a look at. So without the box, I'm listing these up. 16 Dr. Seuss books. They're in really nice condition. 14 of them have still got the dust jackets, which is quite rare. So I have listed 16 of them up on eBay as a set without the box. Spotted this audiobook and had a bit of a joke with the guy, saying, not sure if I've got a CD player anymore, but I think I have in one of the computers. So this is an 11 CD sealed audiobook. Never heard of it, didn't know what it was. Sometimes audiobooks can be worth a bit of money, so I figured for 50p I would grab it. So I did. And when I got back and looked it up, it actually appears to be completely out of print now. This is a Naxos audiobook published in, where is it? 2007. And there's none listed on eBay. The only one I could see on Amazon was over £100. I'm guessing because it's no longer in print. So I have no idea. So it's new sealed. So I've listed it up for £99, and we'll just see if we've got any takers and keep reducing the price until someone buys it. Yeah, so it's Dance 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 by Haruki Murakami, read by Robert Degas, unabridged, 11 CDs, runtime 12 hours 45 minutes. It sounds really interesting actually, so I might see if I can actually get the book and read it. Yeah, a supernatural thriller, a detective novel and a love story as unique as its extraordinary characters. Sounds interesting. If I can actually get near to 100 quid for it, that's my find of the day. I met up with my husband, who'd been going around on his own looking for other bargains, and we did pick up a few other things, a couple of games, and as I said, the wool. And he said that he actually found me some books as well, a nice set. He said he thought it would be something I liked because it had a dragon on it, and he's right. So it's J.D. Oswald, Dreamwalker, Rose Cord and Golden Cage. I have no idea about these, never heard of them, but they look really nice. Not sure if ex-libraries sell very well, but these will be a read, I should think, because it sounds very nice. About a boy and a dragon. My kind of fantasy. And as we were leaving, I walked past this, which is the audio book of Ellador by Alan Garner, read by Jonathan Keeble. And you probably remember from my first video that I absolutely love Ellador. It was one of my favourite books as a kid, and I'd never realised you could get an audiobook of it, so I'm going to really enjoy listening to this. It looks like it was possibly ex-library, about 50p. Well, that made my day. Yep, that's about my lot. So all in all, between us on books, we spent £23.50, and quite a few of them are already listed on eBay, so we'll have to see how that goes. So glad the car boots are back on. Really looking forward to every Sunday going to at least one or two. We have some really good ones here when it's not raining, and hopefully I'll be able to keep you informed and show you those in the future. I will go and read a book.